Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to this month's Freshly Baked Art Legality. I'm Shubhesh Kanodia, product marketer at Leegality, and joining me today are Anshul and Sanjana from the product team. So, for the ones joining us for the first time, I just wanted to quickly, touch upon what to expect from Freshly Baked Art Legality. Here, you will be the first one to witness our latest feature in action. It's like having front row seat to, the future of digital documentation. And we're not just showcasing features, we are delving deeper into how they can help you unlock greater efficiencies and ROI for your unique use cases. And not just that, this is your opportunity to speak directly with our product team. So with that, let's get into today's agenda. We're showcasing you four features today, and at the end of these four features, after we're done showing you these four features, there will be a live Q&A session with Anshul and with Sanjana. You can either send in your questions through the Q&A box or the chat. You can even raise your hands and we will give you mic access to speak towards the end. So let's start. The first feature we wanted to showcase you today is face match. And banks and financial institutions, they often verify signers identity to ensure the right person is signing the agreement. In physical flows, it's been very easy to verify the signer's identity so far. We've all shown our ID proofs, at banks, airports, government offices, etc. The clerk sees the ID proof, matches our faces, and just lets us go through do our business. However, doing this digitally has been a challenge. Any company that wanted to do this verification digitally had to go and manually verify the results of face capture for each and every document, and that's why we've built face match. It automatically matches the signer's face to a photo of the signer uploaded when you're sending the document. The e-sign will only happen if the faces match. I will now like to invite Sanjana and give us a bit more information about face match and show us how it works. Sanjana, over to you.
Thanks, Suresh, for the introduction. Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's dive in the demo directly. So I'll be talking about face match as Subesh mentioned. And the first step of starting to use face match is configuring it in the invitee level configurations in the settings. So once you come in the invitee level configurations, you will be able to see a toggle called face match. And here you'll be able to enter your acceptance percentage and you will be setting an acceptance condition. So for the acceptance percentage, it completely depends on how flexible you are, but it is recommended that you can set it around 85 to 90% if you're very rigid about the face of the signer and the face that you upload should match completely. So I'll set it to around 85%. And here you can also set two acceptance conditions. So one of these is reject if failed. So this means that if a signer does his face capture, and if the face of the signer and the picture that you have uploaded does not match, it won't let the signer sign at all. And the other option over here is accept but respond with results. This means that the signer will still be able to do the signing process, but you will be notified about the faces not being similar. So for the sake of the demo, let's start with a rejective field and set that as the acceptance condition. All right, I'll set this up. Okay, so now the configurations are done. I'll start a new document flow. This is the regular sending journey that we generally have on the legality dashboard. Here I've selected a template, so I'll send out this template. All right. So now in invitee level configurations, just a moment. Yeah, you can see invitee level options over here. You click here. Here you'll be able to see enable security features. Inside security features, you have the capture photo toggle. So this means that the signer should be able to capture the photo. And within that, you have an additional option called face match. So once you toggle that on, you will be able to select one of the images that you would want the signer's picture to be matched against. So here, so for the sake of testing it, let me upload a picture of somebody I think looks similar to me. So I have uploaded Sara Ali Khan's picture over here. So let's see how face match performs in this scenario. I'll also set the retry attempts to 3 for now. And I'll save this. I'll send out the document. All right. So now the document has been sent out to me for signing. Here you'll be able to see the retry is configured R4, which means including the original uh, face match attempt that the signer will do. So now I'm in the signing journey as a signer. And all right, I'll just copy paste the OTP over here. Just a moment. Okay, so now a face capture is just about to start. I'll start with capturing the face. If you remember, the configuration that we had set was rejective field, which means that I will not be allowed to sign because sadly my face doesn't match with Sara Ali Khan. All right, let's give it another try maybe. Okay, still doesn't work. All right, let's look at the results. Uh, okay. So let's give it another try, maybe with a separate document. I'll again go through the journey with and choose another image. So this time, maybe I'll select my mom's photo because people say that she resembles me to some extent. But before sending out this document, if you remember, we had configurations over here. Since we have already looked at rejective field configuration, we'll this time set it to accept but respond with result. Okay. So this means that I'll still be allowed to do the signing process, but I'll be also notified that the face does not match.
Sanjana, just for absolute clarity for everyone on this call, in the last document that we saw, the signing could not happen because the photos did not match, right? Like because you do not look like Sara Ali Khan.
Yes, yes, that is right. Because and also the configuration was rejective field. So
Yes.
it is rejecting the document. Absolutely.
And this time it will still reject the face match percentage, but it will accept with caution, correct?
That's right.
And by that I mean like accept the e-sign with caution.
Yes. So this time I have uploaded my mom's picture. And I have also set the configuration to accept but respond with result. And I'll go ahead and send out the document. Okay, now let's go through the signing journey. I'll just enter the OTP here. Just a moment. Let's start with the face capture process. Okay, so now you can see a warning over here that inconsistency detected between the captured face and the identity registered in the system, which means that the signer will still be warned that the photos do not match, but I will still be given the proceed option, so I can still proceed and sign the document. So let me just proceed and get through with the signing first. All right, so the document is now signed. And if you come here, So this is your dashboard wherein you'll be able to see the results. And the match result says that it's a 14% match, and the threshold that we had set in the settings was 85%. So the verification has failed, though the document has been signed. I'll just go through with one more last journey just to show you how accurate this is. All right, I'll create the documents following the same process, enable the security features, and this time I'll select a childhood photo of me. So I've selected this photo, which is like a really, really old picture when I was a toddler almost. So let's see how it performs in this case. I'll save it and send out the document. Okay, I'll quickly sign this following the same process. Just a moment. It still says that inconsistency detected between captured face and identity in the system. If you remember, the photo that I had uploaded was a toddler picture of mine. But let's see what the results are at the end. Just a moment, I'll complete signing this. All right, so here you can see that it is a 69% match, which is a pretty good match. And if you're flexible with the threshold, you can set it to around 60% or 65% if you want to be flexible with old pictures or childhood pictures, etc. So the result says 69% match, but since my threshold was 85%, which is pretty high, it says that the verification has failed. All right, so that concludes the face match demo. Subesh, you can take over. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for that, Sanjana. And as all of you just saw that, we account for a lot of different use cases in face match. Let's say if the signer has an old photo in their government IDs, which happens with a lot of us. We have old photos in our Aadhaar cards, 8 years, 10 years old. So how do you still ensure that they are able to e-sign successfully without a lot of hurdles? Or and similar other cases, which is why we give you so many different options and 3 4 different kind of flows with face match. You can decide what suits your use case and then go with it. So moving on to the next feature, which is geofencing. Just allow me a minute while I share my screen again. Yeah. So before I start talking about geofencing, just wanted to remind everyone that you can send in your questions about any of the feature we are talking about today, either in the Q&A box or in the chat, or towards the end you can even raise your hand and we'll give you the mic access. Moving on, when it comes to paperwork, companies always have to be on the lookout for any irregularities at the ground level. And frauds like agent getting blank form signed are they're very common. To tackle this, compliance teams they usually ask your customers to come and sign at the branch in a physical flow, because more eyes at the branch means more witnesses, and that means less scope for fraud. But how do you ensure that e-signs happen only inside your branch in a digital flow? That is where geofencing comes in. I would now like to invite Anshul and tell us a bit more about geofencing and show us how it works. Over to you, Anshul.
Hi, thank you, Shubesh. So I'll share my screen and we'll see the demonstration for geofencing. Let me. Okay, so is my screen visible, Shubesh?
Yes.
All right. So this is the legality dashboard. So, and I'll do the same flow that Sanjana was doing, our classic flow where you upload a document. You can use a PDF or you can upload the document using a pre-existing template. This is the screen where you add your invitees. And as we saw that in invitee level options, in security features, just above the capture photo option, there is a capture GPS location option as well. So up until now, Legality offered an option for the senders to configure that signer's location, GPS location, should get captured. So when I toggle this on now, I see two more options. One is apply accuracy based restrictions, another one is apply location based restrictions. So when we talk of geofencing, there are two streams that we have introduced in Legality's platform. So let's take a look at both of them one by one. So a location based restriction, so when we talk about that, a lot of our clients have assisted models of e-signing, as Shubhesh also mentioned, for a lot of reasons like regulatory needs or limited area of operations. Businesses may want the signing to happen from a specific location, for example, a branch. So here it is easy to pass on a specified location. So if I check this on, I get this option where I can specify the latitude and longitude and a permissible radius. So for example, if I want my signing to be done from this Sri Balaji Park, and I want only the signing to get done within 100-meter radius of this park, I can specify so in the location based restrictions. Now let's take a look at accuracy based restriction. So this is a use case which we have received on multiple occasion, wherein this client does not care about where the signing is getting done. They just want the GPS captured quality, the accuracy of the captured location should be accurate enough. So when I toggle this on, I see this parameter called accuracy threshold. So this signifies how much deviation is it okay. For example, when a GPS location is getting captured, there another parameter gets to us, which is accuracy threshold. So if I want that the accuracy should be within 20 meters, I can specify so. So let's see the demonstration for accuracy first, and then we'll see location first, and then we'll see how the accuracy also work. So let's take a negative case scenario. I'm here, this is my current location, but let's say I want the signing to get done from this location. So I'll quickly copy the coordinates. So these are decimal degree coordinates. So there are a lot of formats for latitude and longitude. The most popular one is a decimal degree. This is being used in all the navigation apps and direction apps. So I have copied both the latitude and longitude, and I'm setting the permissible radius to 100 meters. So let's see how the signing journey would look like. So I've saved the invite level options, and this is the invitation invitee details to whom we'll be sending the invitation. Now in the third step, I see my document where the signature will appear, and I'll click on send. So this is the post sending screen. Now the document is clearly sent. It is not signed yet, and I see that the sign there's a cross in front of sign, but the invitation is still active. So I'll click on sign since I was the sender and the signer. So got an option. So now I preview the document. I proceed next, and now the GPS location is getting captured. So it said that you are outside the permissible area because I had marked this as probably my branch where the signing should have had happened, but I'm here, which is outside the permissible radius. So that's why I was not able to sign. So in face match, you saw that there were options that you can proceed without, like you can like go ahead when the results are not within the range, but still you can proceed with a warning. For geofencing, in this phase, the option is there. Option is not there. You have to be within the location to proceed. So here, as you can see, I can retry as many times, and I'll be able to only proceed if the location is within the location configured by the sender. So this is how the signing flow looks like for the location based restriction. Now let's take another look. Let me edit this document, and now instead of a location based restriction, I want to set accuracy based restriction. So basically, whatever is the location, maybe they want the signing to get done from India Gate, but when it says the location, the captured location says that it is India Gate, has to be India Gate or 100 meters around it, not more than that. So let's see how it looks like. So because we are testing for negative cases, I'll just set 5 meters as accuracy threshold and click on save, send the document and sign it. Here, when I click on proceed, again the location is getting captured. They are checking if the accuracy parameter is within the range or not. So as you can see, captured location is this, but please note that accuracy parameter that we received from the device is, it is accurate up to 17 meters, which is more than threshold that we had set. So that's why the signing could not proceed. I can try with better device, I can try from a different network if I want to correct and retry this. So for the last time, let's see how a correct success flow looks like. So instead of 5, maybe I say set to 50, which is still acceptable and decent enough threshold. Now when I sign, this time I should be able to sign because threshold is set. So this time it is also accurate up to 13 meters, and latitude and longitude. If I had put in the range, it is also the correct latitude and longitude. So if I get the option to proceed now. Earlier I was just getting a retry button, but now I'm getting the option to proceed. So I click on proceed. I select or draw a signature and I sign the document. So this concludes the demonstration for geofencing. Over to you, Shubesh.
Thanks a lot for that, Anshul. So, just wanted to highlight one thing about geofencing before we moved on to PDF templates. Like, it just doesn't, allow you to set permitted area inside which you'll accept the eSign, but it also helps you comply with the stamp law, wherein you have to ensure that the stamp duty is paid in the same state as the stamp paper is, executed in. So, moving on to PDF templates, and almost all BFSI businesses, they have printed forms, and we've all filled them, right? For anything we go to a bank for, they will give you a big form to fill in, and these forms, when you turn them digital, they become templates. That is what we say, templates are digital equivalents of these pre-printed forms. However, creating a template from scratch can take some time. Real world agreements are often detailed and integrated by design. They can have hundreds of variable information fields, highly specific formatting requirements, and very specific language with strict branding and more. These agreements can take days, even weeks, to convert into a template, causing significant delays to our go live. That's where PDF templates come in. With PDF templates, you can now convert any PDF document into a template within minutes. There's no need to format your document or edit any text. You just have to add the variable fields and you're ready to go. I would now like to invite Sanjana and show you how it works. Sanjana, over to you.
Thanks, Subesh. Let me start the demonstration. Yeah. Is my screen visible so much? All right. I think my screen is visible. Let's begin. If I click in my drawer in the template section, this is the template section of the legality dashboard. Now, I will start with creating a new PDF template. So if I click on new template, you see two options over here. So PDF editor is the newly added option wherein you can upload a PDF file directly. So I'll click to upload, select a file and go ahead. Uh, all right. So now that the file is uploaded, I can optionally add a name, but for now I'll leave it as it is so that it just imports the name as is. So so this is the PDF template editor, and I'll just quickly go through what everything is. So here you can rename the file now if you want. So I'll just name it as account PDF. On the left hand side, there is this panel where you will be able to see the number of pages and the thumbnails for the pages. And the magic happens on the right hand side, wherein you will be able to see all the fields that you can drag and drop onto the PDF. You can see that this PDF is actually a classic account opening form. and there's a lot of static content on the PDF written. So you cannot really edit the static content, but all these fields that you can see, that is branch name and the text box against it, etc. You can drag and drop these fields onto this form so as to make it editable. So the fields that we currently support are text box, drop down, radio button, checkbox, date field, and image attachment. So let's have a look at a few of them. So first I'll start with text box. I'll align the text box against the PDF correctly. And you can see that the text box on the PDF is actually a box text box. So I'll switch that on. There's a box field toggle over here that I switched on to be able to uh, change it to a box field and place the text box here like so. And I can also increase the number of boxes given over here. I can also edit the font size. So let me set it at around 10 for now and make it bold as well. Another field that I can drop is maybe a radio button. So I'll drop it over here. If you can see, there's a application type over here. So I have dropped a radio button dynamic field over here. Set it. I can also name these fields. So here it says branch name. So I will change this to like branch name. All right, and update this. Okay, I'll just drop one more field, which is an image attachment. So I'll drop an image attachment over here on the form itself and align it with the photo on the form, like so. Here I can also set the maximum size. So maybe I can set it to 200. So this is the maximum size that you would want the signer of the photo that the signer would want to upload. So I'll set it. All right. So I can now maybe preview it once how it looks.
So while the preview generates, just wanted to, sort of get your attention to the fact that we didn't have to create this from scratch. We just uploaded a PDF of this form that was ready, and it's a very typical account opening form that all banks have. And on the same PDF, you can just overlay your variable fields. That's it.
That's right. Uh, so the preview has been generated. I'll just fill it up and have a look at the filled document preview. So here you can see I had filled Mumbai in the branch name, so that has come over here. Application name, I have selected one of the options, so that has been selected. I did not really upload an image, but we'll have a look at that in the sign job as well. So everything looks good. I'll just save and finish this. So now I can use this template that I just created in the new document flow. So this is again the same new document flow that we already went through, but right now the difference is that the template has been generated and I can now fill in this information, or I can let it be and allow the first invitee to fill it. So in order to allow the first invitee to fill, I'll toggle this switch on and go ahead and send out the document. All right, so now let's go through the signing journey and see how the signer would fill this information. So again, Maybe I'll just fill in number again for branch name, select option 2, and choose a file image to be attached. Okay, now I'll open the preview. You can see that Mumbai has been filled. One of the radio buttons has been selected, and if I scroll down, the image also has been attached over here. All right, so I'll go ahead. Everything looks good. I'll go ahead and sign this document. Just a moment. Great. Looks like the document is now signed, and this is how you can easily create templates within minutes. Convert any PDFs into editable templates and send it out for sign. That concludes the PDF templates demo. Thanks, Subhash. Over to you.
Thanks a lot for that, Sanjna. And as everyone saw that, within minutes, we were able to create a template out of a PDF. We didn't have to format a single character on that PDF or make a single formatting adjustment. Simply just we laid the variable field and we were good to go. So moving on to the next and the last feature we wanted to show you today, which is custom branding for Aadhaar eSign screens. And what happens is a signer usually goes from legality interface to the ESP portal to do Aadhaar eSign. And going from legality interface, which is in your branding in most cases, to the ESP's portal can be a bit confusing because firstly they don't see your company's logo there. They don't see the colors of your company. That basically they don't see the branding of your company, a company that they trust, a brand that they trust on the ESP's page. And because of this, the customers may feel insecure and uncomfortable while doing the Aadhaar sign. And we've also heard of extreme cases wherein because of such situations, people have refused to do the e-sign altogether. And that's why we've built custom branding for Aadhaar e-sign screen. I would now like to invite Anshul to firstly tell us what it is and then show us what is the scope of customization that's been given to us. Over to you, Anshul.
Thank you, Shabesh. I'll quickly share my screen. I believe my screen is visible.
Yeah.
All right. So at Legality, we enable our clients that they are able to use and configure their branding into the system. So when the signer is signing, they know that this is the brand, this is the client that who has sent me this is the business who has sent me this invitation, and I should feel comfortable in signing. So in Legality, you can set up your brand name, your brand color, your brand logo. So I've given my brand name Anshul's brand, and I have given black as my brand color, and I've even uploaded a logo. So now let's take a look how the signing journey at Legality looks like, and where was the gap, and how is it now getting addressed. So I'll go to a signing journey and click on sign. So whenever a document is sent, your brand name is part of the communications that we send. Whenever the signer clicks on the link to sign the document, they see the brand color. As you can see, the banner on the top has the black color, which was my brand color. Even the CTA also has a black color. The logo is appearing here, so they know that this is the brand, or this is the business who has sent me the invitation. So now when I move ahead, I can either proceed with OTP or enter password. So I click on I agree, and up until now, I can very well see the branding on the signing journey. But when I click on sign document, let's see what happens. You are now getting redirected to an ESP page for e-signing. So the Aadhaar page, that where you are supposed to enter Aadhaar number and get OTP and finally sign, it does not have any visible option for branding at all. You just see a protein link, protein logo, the ESP logo. You don't see any branding options available. So now that is going to change. So let's take a look at it, what all is going to change now. So this is similar to the screen that we were seeing here. We're just seeing the logo of the ESP, and the page looks entirely generic. No branding options are available. So I'll quickly walk you through what all options are now going to be available. So number one is logo. You can now insert your logo on the ESP screen also, so that that flow doesn't get broken when the signer moves from legality to ESP. So the brand logo and colors, they reinforces the signer's trust and faith in the journey, so that keeps going on. So the logo stays there. You can change the page color. You can change the page color, title and button colors as well. So this is the title. You can change its color. You can also modify the CTA colors so that they reflect your brand colors. So let's take a look at few examples. So as I had mentioned, you can introduce a logo that will appear here along with legality. So when they're signing on legality, they know that they're on this platform that their brand trusts. So when they go to Protean, they'll see legality's logo along with your brand's logo. And in addition to that, as I had mentioned, the pages color, the titles color, and the buttons color can also be modified. Now let's take a look at few examples. So here we have added a brand's logo. It appears like this. Here, let's take a look at another example where we have modified the background of the title and also the font color. So this can also be styled differently. And if you notice here, the buttons also, the colors have changed, and they also reflect the brand's color here. So primary and secondary CTA can be colored differently. In this, we have gone a little extreme where we changed the entire page's color. So title color has also been changed, and entire page's color has also been changed. So this is how you can actually reflect the branding on the ESP screens as well. So now coming to the points where these options are currently available for OTP journeys only as of now. So unfortunately, these are not currently available for biometric and SDK flows, but these are available for OTP journeys. And next is what are the steps to get you started? So you just need to share your logo. You need to figure out what all are the branding colors that you want to choose and share it with our team. So we'll configure these details, and then you'll be able to redirect your signers to a better looking and more relevant ESP screen. So that is pretty much it from my side, and about custom branding. Back to you, Shubhesh.
Thanks a lot, Anshul. And just for everyone on this call, just wanted to highlight one thing. This fixes a very important gap that was there in the journey right now, wherein from a known brand interface, you're moving on to a completely unknown brand interface, which will essentially get fixed on the Protean screen now. So with that, we've come to the end of this showcase. But before we open the floor for question and answers, I just wanted to, if anyone wants to stay updated about future editions of Freshly Baked, or if you want uh, product updates as and when they happen, or you want to, just see how other people in your similar use cases or your similar sectors are using legality, you can opt in for updates either on WhatsApp or on email. You can scan the QR code that's there on the screen right now. Alternatively, I'm pasting a link to a opt-in form in the chat. You can also fill in this form and opt in for the updates either on your WhatsApp or on your email. And with that, we've come to the end of this session. If you want a custom demo for any of these four features, you can either reach out to your legality POC, or you can write to us at support@legality.com. And now I would like to open this floor for any questions. So we'll just wait for a few minutes for in case anyone has any questions. While we wait, there was one question that was recently asked, Sanjana. That's for you on Face Match. Sanjana, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So one question we keep getting often, or that we've discussed previously, what's the percentage? accuracy percentage for face match? Like, uh, is it something that is going to, uh, basically, just what's your take on the accuracy for it?
Right. So for face match, it is almost 98 to 99% accurate in most of the cases. But if you have a twin or a very similar looking family member, obviously then it might diverge a little bit. But if you're very rigid about your requirements that the faces should like really, really match completely, if you set the threshold to around like 95%, you will always get a perfect answer. Obviously, if it's an identical twin or something like that, that's the only case where face match might not really give an accurate answer.
Okay. Uh, I think we have one question. I think this is for you, Anshul, on geofencing. So, when it comes to geofencing, just give me a second. There's some issue with my screen got stuck. Yeah, sorry. Uh, when it comes to geofencing, because it is taking GPS location, is there a difference between whether you're doing it on laptop or you're doing on mobile?
Thanks, Shibesh. So the GPS location. So actually, when you capture a location, it gets captured in multiple ways. So on your phone, it uses GPS technology. It also relies on mobile networks and Wi-Fi networks. So depending on the device that you have, depending on the location settings that you have on, so that will impact the location that is getting captured. Not only the accuracy, but also captured locations. The captured location itself. So we have observed that in Windows laptops, in general laptops, the accuracy tends to be on the lower side as compared to mobile devices. So I used a Mac and we saw that it was pretty accurate. So it's not just that, but also the network that you are on, like the Wi-Fi network that you are on. So that also impacts the final location that is captured. But in from our experience, we have observed that on laptops generally it is on the lower side as compared to the mobile devices.
Got it. I think we just have one more question. Unless anyone has any follow-ups, so please feel free to ask. But Sanchana, for PDF templates, can we edit the PDF content that we're uploading?
Right. So, in PDF templates, the content that the static content or the text that is already present on a PDF cannot be edited out. So, in case you want to edit that out, you can do it separately or in a Word document and make a PDF according to your needs. But once the PDF is fixed, you cannot really change the basic content of the PDF. You can only add variable fields on top of it, like
And just wanted to tell you guys also, let's say if you are making some edits in the PDF itself, once you re-upload it into the same template, it will automatically reflect the previous settings for you. And whatever you need to add for the edited content or newly added pages or whatever you added or subtracted from the PDF, you can do that separately. So this saves you a lot of time, and you don't have to redo a lot of work that you've previously done. So just gonna wait for a couple of more minutes before we close in case someone has any queries. Otherwise, thanks a lot for joining us today, everyone. And we hope to come back next month with a. Okay, we know what we are coming back with next month, and we're quite excited by it. And it's gonna change quite a lot of ways you're doing digital paperwork right now with legality. So I guess no more questions. So we can close. Anything, Sanjana, you want to add before we drop? Any last thoughts?
So basically, PDF templates is basically going to make the job a lot easier compared to the previous editor engine that we had. So if you have PDFs ready, you can try it out in the sandbox and let us know if you have any feedback or any questions. Do get back to us.
Anshul, any last thoughts before we drop?
Nothing. I think it's time when you start actually enforcing the regulatory needs very easily using geofencing. And of course, API and other options are also available. So, as Sanjana said, all of this is available and ready for you use in sandbox environment. So, you can reach out to the email ID that Shubesh said, and yes, it's there.
Great. Thanks a lot, everyone, for coming. We'll see you in the next edition. Bye.